What is up, my most amazing Media Man fans? This is the Media Man. I'm really excited about this video today because I get to my collection a little bit. This isn't really to brag. It's simply to let you know that there are actually games on this system, like a lot of them. As silly as that sounds to a lot of you, especially if you're watching this video, maybe you're already a huge Switch fan or looking to get one in the future. But there's been a lot of videos on YouTube talking about how the Switch has no games. I've even seen comments how they don't have even as many games as Xbox, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Sorry, I'm blunt. What can I tell you? I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm not saying all of them are good. It definitely can be argued that there's a lot of ports. I don't mind that. Some people do, and that's fine. I get that. But even their exclusives are, they have a ton of those. They're phenomenal. I mean, for being out a year, in fact, one of my favorite old school consoles, the N64, it had Super Mario 64 for a long time before it had anything else. And it had really, in some ways, a terrible launch. If that game wasn't so good, they would have had nothing for a while. So the Switch is kicking all kinds of butt, and it's got a lot less garbage on it than the Wii did. I'm putting it out there, and the Wii U, no one even knew what that was. So I do love the Wii U, so I'm not bashing it, but they definitely did do a great job marketing that thing. So anyway, a lot of games to cover. I have over 100. Actually, somewhat inspired by 8-Bit Eric's video. I think he showed off like 200 games or something. So this is both digital and physical. I'll of course let you know if it's a physical release, if that's what I have, and I'll try and show a little bit of gameplay. But there's so many games, and I don't want this to be like a 3-hour video. But if there is a game you're interested in, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely show you some gameplay. Maybe I'll do a let's play, a review. And I haven't played every single game I'm going to show you. A lot of them were sent over to me by some great friends, developers, publishers that are supporting this channel, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, let's get going. First game I want to talk about is one of my newest ones, and I kind of hemmed and hawed about getting this one. I knew it was up my alley. I knew it was a Zelda style game, but this one I actually did pay for myself, so anything good I say about it isn't, well, never is. Developers know when they send me the game, I'm going to be honest about it. But this is Mulaka. I'm going to show you a little bit. It's just a gorgeous game. This is a little save point. A little bit of combat here. There you go. And I'm not going to spend, again, too much time with this one, or anyone, really, because there's so many. But it is a great open world, I guess, Zelda-style game that I highly recommend. The next game I want to talk about is North. This game is about an hour. I'm going to try and do a let's play just on the, and finish it from start to finish. But it is a little difficult. I did try to play it a little bit and wound up dying pretty quick simply because I just didn't know what I was doing. But it is pretty interesting so far. I will let you know. I want to be fair and give it a real fair shot. But I love the atmosphere so far, and this was sent to me. And but just haven't had a chance to really dive into it. But I'll definitely get you a let's play on that. Radiation Island, pretty cool survival game. Zombies, you're stranded. You have to put things together, cut down trees. The whole thing. You guys know if you're into the survival genre, you know what to expect. But there are some pretty funny parts in it, not on purpose, where trees actually disappear into the ground and stuff like that. I'll show you some gameplay later. Part of the reason you're not going to see a whole lot of gameplay with this video is because if I do that, then there's going to be a lot of loading and different things like that. But I'll try to do a follow-up and show you some of these games. Sparkle 3 just got. It's not even really officially out yet. I pre-purchased it. It was like $1. But I really like Sparkle 2, which I'll show you. It's also in my collection. Just a really fun game where you're at least in Sparkle 2, you were like an amoeba or something like that, and you kept growing. and depending on what color you grabbed, you changed form. You could either be more vicious or fast or whatever it is. So it was a pretty interesting game. This one I just got. I can't say too much about it. There's an embargo, but I'll definitely cover it. I'm liking it so far, but that's about as far as I can go, because I do want to be respectful for the embargo. But you know, it happens to be here when I'm doing the video. So, but look forward to that. I believe it's up in April, but I'll let you guys know. So, World to the West, really interesting kind of a action RPG style. It's different. You know, you have your strong man, you have this guy who uses a shovel, small guy in the green cap, the magic girl. You know, your standard stuff, but it's more real world. More you know, like there's a strong man, not a warrior. So it's interesting. Spiral Splatter, I'll show you a little bit of that one, simply because it'll load up real quick, and it is an interesting game, I would say. And by the way, Sometimes You, I do want to give a shout out to Sometimes You because they've really been supporting this channel. I've noticed a lot of games on the Switch have come from them, so they're doing a great job on all kinds of different games. So, but I'll show you just a little bit. Haven't played too much of this, to be honest, and I'll show you the very beginning. So you just basically do that. Ta-da! That's it. But it does get more complicated. You can't, watch, I'll show you. You can't touch the sides, and A makes you go faster. So, pretty fun, pretty interesting game. Haven't had it for very long, so couldn't tell you too much about it, but you kind of see it, you know, and the puzzles do get more difficult. The next game I want to talk about is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I do currently have it in the system, but I'm not going to boot it up simply because that's, you know how it is. It loads for a while, and next thing you know, you guys are waiting 10 minutes per game, and I don't really want to do that to you guys. I'd have fun, but, you know, not cool for you guys. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I don't care what 8-Bit said. I know he kind of slammed on it. I think it's a fantastic game. It's a great series, Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade X, all the whole series. I love it. This is great and a beautiful game. I'll do a whole Let's Play / review on it later. But really, really like the game a lot. Yeah, and they just updated it. If it's too hard, if you try it, it's too hard for you, they just updated it and give it an easy mode and some other stuff. So, really cool. Love this game. I love this series. SteamWorld Dig 2. I'm going to do a whole video on just these games, but there's SteamWorld Dig 1, SteamWorld Dig 2, and SteamWorld Heist, which is probably my favorite. Kind of a 2D real-time strategy, just really fun. I mean, you control a couple characters, but you know, you can move and then shoot, or move, you know, if you move to a certain area, you can't shoot until the next turn. And well, you guys have played RTSs, I'm sure, but very similar to that, but it just has a great feel to it, and I just love the whole series. Mutant Mudds Collection. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of this one as well, because it is one of my favorite platform games. I had it on 3DS. This one, I believe, was sent to me, which I really appreciated. But this has Mutant Mudds Deluxe, Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, and Mud Blocks, which is great. Haven't really tried Mud Blocks, but I have tried Mutant Mudds and Mutant Mudds Super Challenge, which is definitely a challenge. So I'm just going to show you the very quick level. Not even finish it because I just don't have time. I did play this and beat this on the 3DS. Obviously not the Super Challenge, but the Standard Edition. And normally there are gems here. should have thought about that because I did finish this level already. But you will see an enemy in just a second. So just really cool, great music. The platforming feels great, and the shooting just, I don't know, sounds cool. So this is, you know, obviously intro level, but name. And I haven't played Mutant Blocks yet, I haven't had a chance. This one I'm going to do a review on real soon here. It's One-Eyed, I have no idea, Kutka? I don't know. Apologize, guys. This was, again, sent to me. Really, really like it. It's a adventure-style game, 2D, really interesting art. Definitely recommend picking it up. I don't think it's, again, a whole lot. A lot of these indie games, they don't charge a whole lot for. But some of them that are sent to me, and I put the review code in, and I don't know how much they really are, so I apologize for that. Just picked up Resident Evil Revelations. A little late on that, I know. I've played it on the 3DS. Really impressive on the 3DS. I like it on the Switch. Not quite as impressed because I think some of the textures from the 3DS that looked great don't quite translate as well. Like there's an area where there's a bunch of dead fish, and the dead fish are just completely flat. They look like they're part of the ground. But still a cool game, and I think you can get both of them for like $30. Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2. I don't have Revelations 2 yet because this is a retail version, but I picked it up pre-owned, and it didn't come with 2 because I knew I could download 2, and it's a download anyway. Faye, this is a EA collection. EA said they're not supporting the Switch officially yet. Morons. I'm telling, we're waiting for it to be successful. Okay, 15 million consoles sold or something like that, and you're waiting for it to be successful. All right, whatever, EA. But this game's pretty cool. Beautiful graphics, and you're pretty much using your voice to talk to other animals. And again, any of these you want to see, I'm happy to do a separate video. But this is one of those that takes a while to load, so I'm not going to do that to you guys. Kirby Star Allies demo. It's a demo. You can get it on. This is actually the UK demo, but you can get it on the NA store now. And it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I will get a video out on that one as well very soon. Tower of Babel. It's a runner. I'm not a big fan of runners, so I'm not really the guy to go to if you want to know if it's a good runner or not. I hated them on mobile. This one's well done. The graphics are decent. I just don't care for runners. I like to be in full control. This one you're in a little bit more control because Tower of Babel, you can actually slow down time and speed up time, but it still feels like a runner. So Kid Trip, the same thing. It is a runner. The graphics look like this picture. Very 8-bit. Pretty fun game. I did enjoy it. But it's still, again, it's cool. I mean, I have a real hard time saying bad things about games, but it's just not my genre. That's the honest truth. But for what it was pretty fun. Hollow, haven't gotten too much into. It is a survival horror. It feels a little bit more like Doom. At this point, pretty slow pace, so I haven't gotten too much time to get into it. I have a lot of stuff sent to me that I need to kind of get out and review and stuff, and this is one I picked up myself because I do like the survival horror genre, especially when you have guns and things. So, interesting so far, but I definitely, check out more reviews or maybe wait for mine. Bridge Constructor Portal. It's a 2D game. Portal Graphics, haven't played it yet. They did send this to me for free, and I'm just been so busy, with life and trying to get other things out that I haven't had a chance to play it, and I want to give it a fair shake. So I don't know. I've heard it's good. I don't know myself. I haven't tried it. So Flame in the Flood, great game. Really. I have it on Xbox One. I may have it on PC. I'm trying to remember, but I really like it. It's another survival, but it's more top-down. It's a great little game, big game, and really love the character art and stuff like that. Again, I'll get another video out where I show some of these. Maybe I'll do 5 or 10 of them and actually show you more gameplay. But here's one I will show you. This is Energy Cycle. I think that's the one I'm showing you now. I have 3 games with Energy. Again, Sometimes You. Really supporting me. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Energy Cycle. I haven't put enough time into really understanding this, so you're basically lining up the colors and trying to make all the colors the same. That's pretty much all there is to it. Level completed, boom. 3 color changes. That's about it. Yeah, it's pretty fun when you're just kind of wanting something to kill time. But and it's only a few dollars, so not real deep. None of the Energy games, to be honest, are all puzzle games. If you see Energy on it, there's one that I own. I'm really irritated at, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But pinball, they sent me a pinball game with a few of the pinball things. The way this works is you can download it for free, but you buy packs. So you know, kind of like on mobile phones in a way. But I had a lot of fun with it. I believe I have Jurassic Park, and there's a couple other pinballs that came with it. It's virtual pinball, just like if you used to play pinball way back when, or you still play in pizza joints or whatever. It's going to feel very familiar, except it's on the Switch. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. SteamWorld Dig, again, I love this series. This was the first one. I like the second one a little bit better because they did a little more with it, a little bit more RPG elements. They both have RPG elements, but that one, the second one is, I think a little better. They're both great. So, but she's trying to, the girl on this one is trying to rescue, the girl bot is trying to rescue him. Yeah, without giving any real spoilers, stuff happens. Tiny Troopers. Pardon me, Joint Ops XL. Sorry, I'm fighting a cold. Really cool game. I really liked it. It's a top-down. When I first saw the graphics, like just the screenshots, it looks like it's like an RTS or something. But you actually pick up different characters and everything's in real time. So you just change your guns and different things like that and try to get through these different levels. Most of the levels are pretty small, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Almost like a top-down Metal Slug, but not quite as chaotic. Well, definitely not as chaotic. Dragon Quest Builders, Wood from Beat 'em Ups is talking about this and raving about it. I really like this game. I am going to do a video on 3 of my favorite, what I call builder games: Minecraft, this one, and Portal Knights. And I'll let you know which one I prefer. It's just, obviously my opinion. But a great game. Really enjoying it. Played it on the PS4. It's fantastic on the Switch. Final Station. You need to check this out if you like survival horror. It's 2D. You're on a train part of the time, and you're trying to make sure that your passengers don't die. You need to give them food and oxygen and all this other stuff. And part of the time you're in a town trying to get a code to put in for the train. I'm simplifying it, but so that you can get back on the train and go to the next place. And in the meantime, there are these black, like goo-looking dudes. I don't know how to explain it. I apologize, but they're just basically black with white eyes, and they're coming after you. And you just try to survive, get weapons, things like that. Really cool game. Played this on the PC, and they were really just cool enough to send me the Switch copy as well. So, being a big Switch fan, I was absolutely thrilled. Light Spear, I played a little bit. This, again, is one that I did pick up myself. I got a real good deal on it, but I don't know. You throw a spear and it goes into bad guys and whoever's coming after you. It's pretty gory. It's okay. I honestly haven't given it enough time, but it didn't really grab me. So there are other games on the Nintendo Switch that I recommend. First, Puzzle Puppers. You're a dog, It's a puzzle game, and you stretch. It's really kind of weird and interesting at the same time. Again, this was sent to me, and I just haven't had enough time to really get into it. Mercenary Kings, another game I was blessed with. I love this game. I did a review on it. I will leave a link in the description here so you can see some gameplay, and it was really, really just a brilliant game. It's, I call it Monster Hunter meets Metal Gear. Not Metal Gear, I'm sorry, Metal Slug. Metal Gear and Metal Slug are two different games. If you guys know me, you know how much I love the Metal Slug series. And this is just, Mercenary Kings is fantastic. It's its own game. It's not just like Metal Slug. It's kind of a combination of Monster Hunter and Metal Slug and other 2D shooters. So just a great game. Check out the review. SteamWorld Heist. Love the SteamWorld series. Again, I've said it 3-4 times. This is my favorite. Ultimate Edition, I'm not sure what makes it the ultimate. I didn't play it on the other, I believe it's on the 3DS. I could be wrong, but I think it is, and it's on other, maybe PC as well. But I play it on the Switch and love it. Bayonetta 2, awesome game. Fantastic action game. If you're a person of faith, just put the whole idea that these angels are irregular angels and you'll be fine. But it is a really, really good action game. The first one was great. It comes with the first one, so I have both of them. Haven't played that one yet because I beat that one on the 360 a long time ago. But looks great. Plays fantastic. I'll have a review up really, really soon. Portal Knights, one of my favorite builder games. Great action RPG builder, all kinds of stuff. Been playing this with my wife. Actually, on the Xbox One. Like, we've been playing this, I think it says something like for a day and 17 hours, which is basically almost 2 days hour-wise, so 24 hours just on that. I have it on PS4. I played it on pretty much every console imaginable, and I really, really love this game. I will have a review just on this one this coming week, and yeah, part of that review I was telling you about that I'm going to do on all the builder games. Darkside Detective, I played a little bit of this, and it's actually pretty darn funny. An adventure game. It's worth it. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's definitely worth it. Joe Denver's Lone Wolf. This is a different kind of game. Look at videos on it. If you know anything about this series, it's like a choose your own adventure. You even start off, you're doing stuff in a book. You know, you're reading a story and choosing what kind of warrior you want to be. Like, you know, something happens and they say, you know, do you want to make peace or sneak by, or do you hit him with a sword, or do you do this other stuff? And that builds who you are, and then you get into actual combat, and the combat's more like RTS, kind of more turn-based, I should say, not real time, but more turn-based. And you know, you take turns and you have a meter. It's an interesting game. But I definitely would recommend looking at videos and maybe some people doing Let's Plays and things like that, because it's not for everybody. I enjoyed what I played of it, but I haven't gotten too much into it because it is a little involving. Pokken Tournament, I really like the demo. There you go. I don't consider this as one of my 100 and so games, but because demo. But I did enjoy what I played, and people that are really into it just swear by it. So Fast RMX is not bad. It's a very fast game. You hit, depending on your ship, you hit certain colors, and you can switch the colors on your ship, and it makes you go faster. Otherwise, it's a very Wipeout-esque game. F-Zero, you know, that style of game, but pretty cool. Shock Troopers, old school, really fun, great for 2 players. You know, it's the Neo Geo. Most of the games are $8. So I enjoyed it. I do have a video up with a bunch of Neo Geo stuff. I'll try and find that one and put a link as well. World Heroes Perfect, I'd rather play King of Fighters. This one's okay. It's like I want to be Street Fighter, but I'm not. Or I want to be King of Fighters, but I'm not. King of Fighters 98, really cool. I love the characters from this series, so it's fun to go back. They are older games, and they do look like older games, so you do need to remember that. But emulated very, very well. Nam 1975, not my cup of tea. You can kind of see the picture, and that's pretty much what it looks like most of the time. And you're on this side, you're the green guy, and you're shooting all these other guys, and it feels very much on rails, except it's really old school. So not my kind of thing, but still, you know, you might enjoy it. I don't know. But out of the Neo Geo games, that's not one I'd pick up right away. Blaster Master Zero. Again, I have a review on this. Really cool game. If you guys played the old Blaster Master, you remember you were a tank and you could jump and different things. And this time you can actually get out of the vehicle. I don't remember being able to do that in the original, but it has been a while. And there's platforming sections and boss fights and things like that, just in your regular armor suit without the tank, and you get in the tank and you do these other platforming things. And it's a lot of fun. It's a cool game. It's definitely difficult. There's some challenging sections, which isn't a bad thing, but very cool. New Frontier Days. I haven't spent too much time with this. It felt kind of clunky to me. You know, it's Age of Empires kind of style game. But I really need to spend more time on it. I'm not gonna lie. I just couldn't get into it too much. I've got a great PC if I want to do that. And there's other games I'd love to see. I'd love to see a World of Warcraft or something on the, see if that happens. Or Warcraft 3. I'm sorry, on the Switch. But it was okay. If you really need a real-time strategy on the Switch, it might work. Rudy McCall, very interesting, kind of odd game. I'm going to show you a little bit of this because it's different. I'm trying to show you just the gameplay of the games that are just kind of out there a little bit, and also will load pretty darn quick. So you pick your character. I'm not being real picky now, just kind of trying to get it going. Not a whole lot to it, really. It's a very odd game. So basically all you do is they throw ball at you. And that's all you do. So I don't care about dying right now because I'm not trying to show the whole thing at this point. I do, again, have a video on that. I'll try to leave a link in the description for all the videos that I have done. Oh, okay, that one went down. That one I should. Rhythm-based shooter. It defies description in some ways, but it's very interesting. A very rhythm-style game, but very creepy. It's not really like survival horror, but it kind of, I recommend playing it. It's a great game. Give it a shot. I kind of wish they had demos of all these so you could really try again. Check out videos because it's not going to be for everybody. But if you like rhythm games and you want something different, it's a really, really good game. And I believe I have a review on that one as well, or at least gameplay. So I'll try to find that and bring that up. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. What can I say? It's fantastic. A great 2D. Most people know what Shovel Knight is if you're into Switch or Nintendo, or really it's been on everything. PS4, I believe Xbox One has it, PC. But this one has 3 different characters that you can use, and it's just really, really cool. It's got the expansion with a even creepier dude. Great sense of humor. Just a lot of fun. I recommend picking it up if you're a platformer fan. If you like old school, even sometimes feels a little bit like the old school Castlevania games and such, but with more of a sense of humor. Gunvolt, Mighty Gunvolt Burst. Again, a platformer. It's pretty cool, kind of the Mega Man style. It even has Mighty Number 9, which this is this is what Mighty Number 9 should have been. And so playing as Mighty Number 9, because I thought the character was pretty cool, but the game is crap. Mighty Number 9, that is. If you like the character and you wished Mighty Number 9 was good, this might be worth it because you can play as him in Mighty Gunvolt Burst, which is a better platformer. So, there. Oceanhorn, I love this game. I've heard a few people kind of crap on it. It's a mobile port and all this stuff. Yeah, but it's a great Zelda clone. It's a really fun. The graphics look great. I played on the phone originally. When then I saw they had it on Switch, it was worth it to me to pick it up. So definitely recommend, if you're a Zelda fan, check this game out. Oceanhorn, Monster of Uncharted Seas. Kamiko. This is an interesting game. There's 3 different warrior girls that you play as. Top-down 2D style game. Pretty cool. Again, I do have a video on it, so I'm not going to spend time with showing gameplay, but I will try to make sure that I have all these videos accessible to you guys. So if you want to see what it looks like, it should be in the description. And if I forget, just kindly remind me. I'm sure I'll have it in there though. Mr. Shifty, really like this game. Again, I have a video of it, so I'll post that. But this was, again, one of those sent to me while I was waiting for, I believe this is Team 17. I apologize if I'm wrong. I do believe it was Team 17 that sent this to me. But very cool, top-down. Reminded me of, what's that game called? Miami, something Miami. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on it. But it's the ultra-violent one. But this one, you can warp to different places, and well, I'll leave a video. But definitely check this game out. Check out the video in the description that I'll leave. Fantastic game. Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. Cool 2D platformer, a remake of an older game. You can go to the retro graphics and the newer graphics and see the difference. They did a lot. It's great 2D graphics. I love 2D stuff still to this very day, because there's something about the 2D art. It looks like it's, just handcrafted and lovingly handcrafted and all those words. But very cool. Shanty Half Genie Hero, another cool 2D game, was on the 3DS, was pretty much on everything. It looks great on the Switch. I don't know how different it looks, to be honest, than the 3DS one, but I think it definitely, they cleaned it up a lot. Vaccine. This is like the original Resident Evil games if they had a timer. Like, you have a certain amount of time, you have to get this vaccine, this whatever, to help somebody who's dying and escape zombies and all that stuff. It's interesting. The graphics are very PS1, so if you're looking for something to show off your Switch, it's probably not the game. I don't think it's too much, but you definitely, if you're looking for something to say, hey, to your friends, you need to get a Switch, this is phenomenal, Vaccine wouldn't be the one to show off the power of the Switch, because it is a, it may not be the Xbox One or PS4 power, but it definitely has a lot of power, especially for a handheld. A lot of the games look really good. This one doesn't. So, but it was pretty fun. Othello, it's Othello. It's on the Switch. Again, I did a review, but that was pretty much my review. It's Othello on the Switch. If you like Othello and you want to have it in your hand and take it with you on the bus, cool. But it doesn't do anything else. There's not a whole lot of different levels and things. So, Death Squared, one of the first Switch games that was sent to me. A really cool, really fun game. I have a whole expansive review on this where I show a lot of the levels and different things and let you know what I think of it. But I really like this game. Played this with my wife. She actually played more than I did and beat a lot of levels, because I'm not the best at puzzle games, but I do enjoy them. And this one was just a lot of fun, great sense of humor. I like the narrator a lot. I thought he was funny. My wife didn't, but whatever. It's to each their own. But I did quite like this game. Phantom Trigger. Another really cool, interesting top-down game that was sent to me a while before it came out. Got to play around a little bit. I do believe I have a video on this one too, so I'll definitely put that in the description. It may take me a little bit. I may post this first, so give me a little time to have the videos posted on the description. I'll try to have everything set up, but if I don't, just lovingly remind me. Blues Journey. I wasn't sure if I wanted this one or not. It's kind of fun. It's a platformer, old school platformer. So if you don't care for those, it's not for you. But I did enjoy it. Magical Drop 2. Anybody who's into any kind of old school puzzle games probably knows what this is. This was in the arcades. It was on Neo Geo when all the cartridges were like as much as the console. So it's cool to have it here. It was only a few dollars. Cool little game. I really enjoyed it, and it's great 2-player as well. So check it out for a few dollars. Neo Geo Metal Slug 3. Again, love the Metal Slug series. I think they hold up really well. The 2D sprites still look really great. Really hoping that the Metal Slug Anthology gets ported to the Switch, even though I already have some of the games. Would just love to have it on my little Switch handheld. Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2. I can't wait for this to come out. This is the Japanese demo. If you want to know how to make a Japanese account, I'm going to try and do a video on that. Or you can just ask me in the comments below. Try to PM me, and I'll try to answer back and let you know what's going on with that. Implosion. This is definitely a mobile game. I really like it though. You're a mech. You're this dude, and you can upgrade and get different mechs later. But top-down, shoot-'em-up action game. Very cool. Stardew Valley. What can I say? I'm not... You guys are going to shoot me when I say this. I'm not a huge Harvest Moon fan. Actually, I should say I don't play a lot of Harvest Moon. I don't want to say I'm a fan or not a fan because I just haven't given it enough time. But I've never been a big fan of this. But this game, I'm telling you, is just... Not only is it gorgeous, it's fun. You do go into dungeons and fight monsters, but that's not what it's about. It's really more about, crops and doing things for the town and building your house and just... I almost said building your house, kind of, but not like in Minecraft, but just a lot like Harvest Moon, but just, I love this game. And if Harvest Moon is like this, then I'm definitely going to have to go back and give Harvest Moon another shot. But I really love this. Part of it is because I play a lot of hectic games. I'm a lot of aggressive stuff. I'm an aggressive person. I love aggressive games. And this is just... really calms my nerves. I think the music's beautiful. The graphics are really cool. That that 2D sprite-based graphics. Just a great game. I actually bought it for my son for the Xbox One, and he loves it. So, great game. This one I am mad at. I'm gonna tell you. And I believe this was sent to me. But I don't want to be dishonest to you guys because someone sends me a game. I saw the cover and I thought this is going to be really cool. Let me show you guys real quick, because it's not what it looks like. Oop, there we go. Okay, so I'll try to get this going real quick. Again, sometimes thank you. I do appreciate it. So I did start this a little bit. You can see I didn't really get too far. I'm at 0%. But this is kind of reverse Breakout. If you guys played the old Atari game Breakout. Oh, that was interesting. So I guess at some point I'm supposed to do something. But anyway, layer 1. The point is that you see this picture of this cool-looking sci-fi girl, and then you turn it on, and here you go. So I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying, just put a picture of blocks. I don't care what the thumbnail looks like. Just don't be deceiving. I'm just saying, you get that picture and you're like, woohoo, this is going to be really cool art style, and it's just blank, just really kind of boring screen and all that stuff, and you don't even see the girl at all. So come on now. Worms. It's Worms. It's fun. If you guys ever played Worms, you know what it is. If you haven't, you should check it out. Team 17. Another one that they sent me on PS4, and then when they found out I had a Switch, they showed me all kinds of loves and stuff, and sent me this, which really appreciate. Retro City Rampage DX, really cool 2D GTA-like style game with 8-bit graphics. Just a lot of fun. Don't be scared. It is a blast. It's hilarious. It's fun. You get to, you know, jump into cars and all that stuff, just like in real life. No, just like in Grand Theft Auto. So check it out. Stick Bold Deluxe. I like it. I think it's a pretty cool game. You wind up there's a story mode and all that stuff, and it's a little more complex. So I'm not gonna again show gameplay simply because, well, I've said this probably too much in this video, but you know, 5 minutes of loading to show you 30 seconds of gameplay. But Stick Bold, I really like it. I'll do a video on this as well. Recommend checking it out. It's a great multiplayer game. You're in an arena looking thing, like a circle basically, and you go against, if you're playing by yourself, you go against 2 other computer characters, and usually you have 2 people in your group, and you're going along, and there is a story to it. It's a silly story, but it's still a story, and really fun. Kind of a sports style game, except ridiculous, but really like it. This surprised me. Golf Story, great RPG. It looks like it was made with the RPG Maker, which is fine, but really like it. I think the graphics are really charming, so I do really like it. But great game. I mean, you've probably seen a lot of coverage on it. It deserves it. Man, I love this kind of stuff. And I love having something like this that I know, like with Zelda, you know, one of my favorite games, Breath of the Wild. I take it with me and I travel, and it sucks my battery really quick. So I'm planning on getting a better battery. But at this point, something like Golf Story, it's not going to kill your battery, and it's really fun. It's gorgeous in its own 8/16-bit style. So Fantasy Hero, I didn't know what to expect from it. It's a little bit slower than I thought. It is somewhat interesting. You just have to check out the video. I did try to make a video before. Now, one of the things I do want to say about this just real quick before I go on to the next game, it looks terrible on my 4K television. And I know that the Switch is only supposed to be able to do 1080, but all the other games that I've played so far on my big screen look great in dock mode. Now, this game looks pretty good in handheld mode, but you get this weird ghosting when you play it on a 4K television. I just wanted you guys to know that in case you're thinking about getting it. It bothers me to no end to look at it on the big screen. I'm sorry, guys, that made this. I know you worked hard on it. I'm sure you did, but that's just not cool. Snake Pass, I really liked. This was actually, I take it back, this is actually one of the first ones that was sent to me, and I really enjoyed it. Platformer, you control a snake. It feels like you control a snake, and they did a really good job making him feel like a snake. Very charming game. Obviously, you can see by his face he's not a dangerous snake. You know, you basically get orbs and finish puzzles and things like that. Not real. You don't have a lot of enemies coming after you or anything like that. It's just mostly about getting orbs and things, and it's a lot of fun. Escapist 2. Thank you, Team 17 again. They sent this to me on my Xbox. I don't know, it's my PlayStation. I'm sorry. I'm not bragging, but I have all the systems, so I get mixed up a little bit. So I apologize. But Escapist 2 I played on the PS4. And true story, I feel kind of like an idiot in a way, but I want to be honest with you guys. I thought I was playing with Dan TDM on my video, so I mentioned it. But apparently, if you're playing with him, his character is the real Dan TDM, because someone else made a character called Dan TDM, and I know he plays this. But it's a really fun game. Really liked it. You're trying to basically escape prison. In the meantime, you're doing prison life, and you got to be there for roll call and food, and you get to work out, and it's a really fun game. I really like this. One of my favorites. It surprised me, actually. So yeah, Hiragana Pixel Party. Really cool rhythm game that teaches you Japanese. That pretty much sums it up. You're this little character, and you basically jump over things and do different things, and you have to hit the Japanese words to the rhythm, and while you're doing it, you're learning Japanese. I haven't played enough. I can't speak Japanese right now. I've always wanted to, so this is really cool for me because I can kind of, while playing this game, learn a little bit. I don't expect to be fluent or anything, but being the big anime fan that I am and gaming fan, I love the Japanese language. I love the Japanese culture, all that good stuff. So this was really cool. I definitely recommend it if you're interested in Japanese or you just want a fun little platformer. I thought, or rhythm platformer, I guess is what it is. Really cool. I enjoyed it. More Fight. I really like this game. I haven't seen other reviews on it. They're probably out there. I don't tend to look for reviews. If they pop up, I'll maybe watch them, but I don't care because most reviewers, especially professional ones, you know, like the big guys, I don't have a ton of respect. That's why I do what I do, because I love games, and you can tell most of these games I'm saying good stuff about it because I just love games. But this one was great. This is like reminds me a bit of No Man's Land, actually a lot like it. This is your character. She doesn't have eyes. She doesn't have a face. I don't know why, but cool story. You're resource mining, but you're also fighting at the same time. So you do have a gun right away. You can level up your stuff. Very cool game. I may have a review on this. I review a lot of stuff, so I apologize if I can't remember, because I have this on this system. I also have it on another system. It might be PC. But this, again, was sent to me, so I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love from developers. If you're out there and you're watching this, I'm going to try and send this to you guys. I really appreciate it. My channel wouldn't be what it is with all the love support from the publishers and developers that I've been able to, lucky enough to connect with. Project Octopath Traveler. I love this game so far. I love the demo. The story's amazing. You know, I did a comparison to the other RPG that was coming out. I can't even remember its name right now. That's how much I remember it, but it was from Tokyo RPG Factory. This one blows it away, honestly. I haven't picked up the other one, but I can't wait for this one to come out. And they just announced a release date, which I'll try to put in the description. I believe it's soon. I think it's in May, actually, something like that. But I can't wait. So, yeah. And this is after Nintendo Direct, so that's why I know that there's a release date now. Hulu, you guys know what that is. I watch shows. Cat Quest, this is very much a mobile port. You know, I got to say that. It is on mobile. I think it's cheaper on mobile. I like having all my games in one place, and then, like I said, I love the Nintendo Switch and its controls and all that stuff, so I have it on there. I really like this game. I think it's a blast. I did do a review on it, and again, I'll leave that in the description, but it's a cool little game. I think it's $13 or something like that, so depending on how you feel of spending a little bit more on a Switch game, I get it either way. Monster Hunter XX. Japanese version. Again, if you want to know how to do a Japanese account, just let me know. There are videos on YouTube, but I'm absolutely happy to help you out. In the meantime, it's really simple. But if you do that, you can download a Monster Hunter demo. It's pretty fun. Once you play Monster Hunter World, though, the old Monster Hunter seem like, you know, at least to me. But it is a very good say port, I guess. I would like to see it on the Switch. Would love to see it on the Switch. Even better, I'd love to see Monster Hunter World. Even though you'd have to slim it down a little bit, I still think it would work really well on the Switch. NBA Playgrounds, it got better. This is the updated version. I actually have two versions, and they gave this one to me for free because I bought the other one and it had some issues. So pretty cool. I played a little bit of it, kind of like NBA Jam style. but really my next purchase needs to be NBA 2K. If you guys have played that, let me know if it's any good. I love basketball, and I like basketball games. I love the 2K series. I haven't picked it up on the Switch yet. Yeah, I have 16 and 17 on the PS4. So, but if you've played it, let me know if it's a good port, because I'd rather hear from you guys than honestly look up in professional reviewers who may or may not have gotten paid. What? I said it. Bayonetta, awesome game. Beat it on 360. Haven't played it on Switch, but if Bayonetta 2 is any indication, it's great. I've heard it runs good, 60 frames per second, so I'm sure that it's a great port. Both of them are, and it comes free with Bayonetta with Bayonetta 2, if you buy Bayonetta 2 on the Switch. And we're getting Bayonetta 3, which you guys probably already know. Hyperion Cyberstorm. Really like this game. I want to show you a little bit of gameplay with this one. Again, you'll notice I'm picking a lot of the simpler games because they load quicker. You know, I want to show you a little bit of gameplay. But a lot of these, here we go. Okay. And you can play more than one player, which is really cool. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Here we go. Usually I play the middle. So as you can see, it's a really cool kind of 2D fighter. I'm a shooter. There you go. With, I'm trying to see if I can shoot somebody. I don't want to go. There we go. Just really cool graphics. Reminds me of some of the really old school, even some of the Atari stuff, but obviously much better graphics. A lot of fun. Spent a lot of time playing this. So definitely recommended it. This was again sent to me as it was a surprise. Wasn't expecting it, and it's a really fun game. I used to play a ton of Asteroids, so yeah, really cool. Whittle Tree Adventures. Again, this was I don't know why, but this was on Beat 'em Up's like worst games list, and I couldn't disagree more. I think it's a fun little platformer. I thought it was really cool. Again, check out my review on it. I know I have a review on this, so look it up. If you like the way it looks on my review and what I say about it, you'll probably like it. If you tend to agree with Wood from Beat 'em Ups, then maybe go with that. But this was also sent to me. You know, and just so you guys know, I'm not going to say something is great just because it was sent to me. I just really enjoyed it. It was very peaceful to me. I enjoyed the platforming. I didn't have problems with the camera like some people complained about. So I don't know. And they're going to make a second one, which I'm excited about. 9 Parchments. Really hard game. I definitely recommend playing this with someone else. It's an action RPG. I believe you can pick from 3 different characters. I like it a lot, but it's definitely a really difficult game. Wolverblade, a 2D side-scrolling hack-em-up. Very cool. I'll try to get some gameplay out on this one. I really enjoy it. It's very violent, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's a very violent game. When you hit people, sometimes their arms come off, their heads, or whatever. But you can pick from 3 different characters, a side-scrolling old-school beat-em-up. I quite like it. Good story, all that stuff, great art style. Yono and the Celestial Elephants. I really, really, really like this game. You're going to hear this a lot because I'm just enjoying my Switch to no end. And I love games. So take some of it with a grain of salt, I suppose. But this is really cool because it's a Zelda-style game, but you play as an elephant. Very cool. I did do a review on this one as well. So check it out. You can change the way your elephant looks, and you walk around and you blow on things and shoot water and do things that elephants do. But this is a celestial elephant, not just a regular one. Earth Wars surprised me because I did do a Let's Play on PS4 where I gotta be honest, I kind of kind of crapped on it. It kind of said some stuff that wasn't the most positive. Got it for the Switch because it was like $4 or $5. RGT, I believe it was RGT 85, was just slobbering all over. Not really, but you know, he was talking about how great it was for I think it was $4 for a $4 or $5 game. And so I said, I'm going to give it another shot on the Switch, and boy, am I glad I did. It's a great side-scrolling RPG style. RPG style is you can level up your armor and guns and things like that, but a lot like Odin Sphere, but not quite as fast, but it has the whole juggling system when you fight, and you know, you have a sword and a gun. It's really a lot of fun. Quite enjoyed it. Yooka-Laylee, I don't care what anybody else says. I love this game. I played it on the PC, and I believe I have it for Xbox One, and then they were kind enough, again, this is Team 17, thank you guys, I love y'all, sent me the Switch version, and Switch version is actually my favorite one by far, mainly because you can take it with you, but also they fixed a lot of stuff that people complained about. Camera issues are better, stuff like that, and until we get a Banjo-Kazooie or some, you know, Banjo style, well, this is Banjo style, but until we get Banjo-Kazooie, this is Banjo-Kazooie to me. Same voice acting, you know, the silly voices that they do, collect-a-thon, funny characters. I really enjoyed this game. Definitely recommend it. This is another one that I reviewed, so I'll definitely get that in the description for you guys. Minecraft, it's Minecraft. This will be in the video with the favorite builders, or, you know, comparing the different builder games. It's a great game. The Switch edition is great. You get Mario and, you know, a lot of different Nintendo themed things, which I think is really cool. But just probably the best handheld version. Definitely, to me, it beats the mobile version. Better than the Vita version and the new 3DS version I haven't played, but I can't really go back once you see the glorious 720p. But really good, actually pretty large, because if you don't know, with Minecraft, the biggest difference between the older versions and the newer versions is the size of the worlds. You know, and of course they'll come out with that new realistic pack real soon. Heroes of the Monkey Tavern, cool game, old school dungeon RPG. Also have a review on this one, so I'll leave that. But first person, you know, it's one of those old school where you see the portraits, you pick portraits, and you don't really see your characters at all. So, but good sense of humor. They start off in a bar. Gameplay is a lot of fun. I used to not like this kind of game, to be honest, when I was growing up. I hated the fact that you couldn't see your character and all that, but I really have started to enjoy and appreciate them, and this is one of the better ones I've played. I think it's great. I love, love, love this game. Okay, Sparkle Evo 2. Really fun game. Quite enjoyed playing it. I do have Sparkle Evo 3 paid for and coming. Right now it's just like $1 or something. I think I paid $1.12 on the Nintendo eShop, so I'll show you a little bit of what this looks like, just so you can decide if this is something that you want to do or you want to play with. Forever Entertainment. But I picked this up it was a sale. By the way, Nintendo is always having sales on their eShop, so check out their sales for sure. Just really surprisingly fun, surprisingly cool, and very, very different. So, okay, there we go. You are not alone. There's loading a little bit. Okay, so this is you, and you pick different colors. It's pretty simple, really. And you can eat different guys. There we go. And as I eat the different colors, I change and level up. You can see I got a little faster. The red ones make me a little bit more vicious. can, there's more depth than you realize, because you can go below, or in the middle, or above. So, very, very cool. Very impressed. A lot of fun. Just kind of zoning. You can see I'm level 15, the AI is level 9. But this is pretty much what you do. But a lot more fun looks, and you try and get all the colors and level up and go to the next level. And it gets harder as you go. So that's pretty much what that is. And I wanted to show you because I will be doing a review on both that one, and Sparkle 3. I don't know what the difference is, obviously. There we go. So, Violet, cool adventure style game. Definitely recommend giving it a shot, checking it out. A lot of these, you'll see videos on YouTube, and I'll put some up if you're not in a hurry, and but again, I got this one on sale. Check out the Nintendo eShop game sale. Seriously, you can find some really cool stuff for a good price. They don't pay me to say that. I'm just, as a gamer, I want you guys to know. The Fall Part 2 Unbound, this was sent to me. It's very interesting. You play as this android, and there's a really deep story. It's 2D, really cool graphics. I'll try and get out a review on this one as well. There is a Fall Part 1, an Unbound Part 1. This is Part 2. Pretty darn cool. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Really, do I have to say anything? One of the best games on the Switch. Fantastic game. Had it since launch. Still play it all the time. I do have a review, I believe, of this one. I apologize for not knowing off the top of my head, because I've reviewed a lot of them. Some of them I reviewed in concept in my brain, and never got down to doing it. So if I don't, I'll put one up. But just a brilliant game of the year. This is why I laugh so hard when people say that the Switch games are garbage, because there's so many good games, and then you have games that no one can argue is good, like Zelda: The Breath of the Wild. You can't say it's a bad game. You can say you don't like it. It's not your kind of game. I'll say there's something wrong with you. But Oxenfree is gorgeous adventure game. Really surprised me, actually. Some of these games didn't surprise me as much because I expected them to be good, or I knew what I was getting. This I didn't know much about. But they sent me a copy. I decided to check it out, and I'm so glad I did. Wound up getting it on PC as well, because I just wanted to support the developers, and just a really deep adventure game, 2D style, great graphics, great story. I think it's critically acclaimed, I believe. Again, I don't pay that much attention. I probably should more, but so yeah, definitely check that game out. That's one of the games I say, if you like adventure games, if you like something a little different, pick it up. Usually I say check out videos, and if you want to, do it, but this is one I just don't have a problem recommending. Elder Scrolls Skyrim, they did it. They actually were supposed to put an Elder Scrolls on the Vita. I believe it was Oblivion, like a version of it. And it never happened. They couldn't get it to work, whatever it is. And now we have a console that's powerful enough to do AAA games. And this game looks phenomenal on the Switch. And it's my favorite version, except for the PC version, because modding. Simply because I can take Skyrim with me now. If someone takes over the TV, I can go sit on the couch and play Skyrim. And I love Skyrim. If you guys don't know what Skyrim is, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's one of Bethesda's best, in my opinion. I love the Fallout series as well, but I'm still always going to be Elder Scrolls. Huge open world, just gorgeous, and they did a phenomenal job porting it over to the Switch. Doom, really cool. A lot of controversy with this one for some reason. People saying it doesn't look great on the Switch. It actually looks really good on the Switch. It just doesn't look as good as like on the Xbox One X or on the PC, obviously. This is where you kind of see that Switch doesn't have as much power as the other consoles. That's okay. It's got its own thing, and the portability is phenomenal. And Doom on the Switch looks really good. Again, not as good as the other ones. If you just play portable, buy it for the other system. If you got an Xbox One, Xbox One X, or a PS4, or obviously a PC, and you're not going to take it with you, you don't care about portability, you buy Doom on the other systems. But if you do care about portability and you like the idea of taking it with you, this is a great port. Really, really cool game. Just this is I've had a rough day. I need to blow things up game, and so I definitely recommend Doom. Period, especially on the Switch. Energy Balance, another energy game. It's fine, I guess. It's a puzzle style game. I'll kind of show you real quick. I showed you the other energy one, so I'll show you this one. You know, I want to be fair because I'm not. Sometimes you guys, I think they own energy. I don't know how this works. There's a puzzle mode, hardcore mode, square mode, so you can unlock these. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this, I'll go ahead and skip the dialogue. So this is a kind of a numbers thing. This is pretty much what you see. It's got a cool background. And I haven't played this enough to really explain it very well, so I'm going to apologize and just kind of leave it as that. I'll try to get into a little bit more so I can understand it, or have my much smarter wife kind of explain this to me. I think you have to make it equal -9. I don't know. But it is another energy style game by Sometimes You. They do a lot of great games and they have just really come through for me. So I, don't want to slam on them. I'm just not a huge puzzle game person. Party Planet, haven't played it at all. This was sent to me, and I really appreciate it, guys. And I will get to it. I promise. Need to get some friends over, and I'll let you guys know if it's worth it. I know there's a physical release. Obviously, this is the digital, and they sent me the digital. So, Skylanders. I'm a sucker for Skylanders. Imaginators. Not my favorite Skylanders, but I thought it was good. I like Trap Team the best. I know I sound like a kid now. Trap Team's the best. But Imaginators was good. I did enjoy making my own Skylanders and all that stuff. And on the Switch, it's really cool because you can actually, if you tap your characters twice, they'll actually save it to the cartridge, so you don't have to carry your characters all over. Your little figures. So I'm waiting for the new Skylanders to be announced. Hopefully they'll announce one at E3 or something, because it's been a few years. But I am glad they're taking their time. And I have heard they're making a regular Spyro game. Like they were going to redo or remake the original Spyro, which I would love, because I love that game on the PS1. Super Mario Odyssey, again, phenomenal game. You guys know. This is, of course, the cartridge, so I can't even boot it up. I have Xenoblade in there right now. But great game. Phenomenal game. Haven't done a review on it, I'm going to be honest, because a lot of people have just kind of you know what it is. It's a great, phenomenal platformer. Another one of the best games. Zelda is my favorite, but this is definitely close when it comes to the AAA games. So, Poi Explorer Edition. This is a cool little platformer. If you have to pick one, obviously go with Super Mario, but I think you can pick this up for 20 bucks if you've beaten Super Mario, or you just want a different kind of platformer with different characters and stuff like that. I think Poi Explorer Edition, or Poi, is a little bit, a little slower, not in a bad way, just a little bit more methodical than Super Mario. Super Mario seems to, once you get going, just things are coming at you all the time and stuff like that. So both cool games, but definitely, obviously, Super Mario is the AAA title, and Poi is more the indie, which I love indie anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it's a cool little platform. I definitely recommend picking up. And I'll try and, again, get a review out. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I'm a big sucker for the Lego games, so cool version on the Switch. I liked it. My only complaint, and really I don't even blame Take-Two or would hold it against them, is because the world is so big and they try to fit so much in, on the Switch screen, when they zoom out, things get a little bit too tiny, I think. It'll do 2. This was another surprise, very Zelda-style game. Haven't played too much of it, but I did enjoy what I played. A cute little character, Zelda, old school Zelda style, not 3D, to kind of top down. So I enjoyed it. Cool dungeons, fun enemies, lighthearted, but still challenging. Infinite Mini Golf. This game, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. I'm not kidding. I'm not actually being sarcastic. I like playing mini golf with the family and all that stuff, but this was, I really enjoyed it. I actually sat down and played it, and I couldn't stop playing for a while. So I kind of had to step away from the game for a while so I can do my job and review the other stuff that people sent me. But really, really like Infinite Mini Golf. I can't remember if this was sent to me or not. If it was, thank you guys. If it wasn't, then I bought it. I don't remember. But I really, really like this game a lot. So if you like miniature golf, or if you like just like, it's kind of a puzzly golf game, this is definitely worth it. I haven't played any of the other golf games unless you count that Golf RPG. But really like this. Really, really cool game. Definitely recommend it. Lego Ninjago movie, again, I'm a sucker. If you're going to get a Lego game, I'd actually go with Lego City or Lego Superheroes 2. Even though I like Ninjago, I thought the movie was pretty interesting. And this is a good game, but I think Superheroes or Lego City is going to, they have bigger worlds. They're going to, you're going to have them for longer. But, it's on sale often, and I definitely recommend picking up at some point, especially if you're a Lego fan. NBA Playgrounds. This is the version before they fixed it, so we'll move on. I Am Setsuna, Tokyo RPG Factory, the first RPG I played on here, first Switch review I did when I forgot to do full screen, so it was tiny. But really, really cool RPG. Really liked it. Again, I'll post a review on here because I did a review on it. Lego City Undercover. What can I say? Cool game. GTA, Lego, whatever you want to call it. Very funny. The humor actually doesn't fall flat. Sometimes some of these, what they call kids games, try to be funny, but there's a lot of good humor in it. Even some adult humor. In the same way that Bugs Bunny and some of those other ones had that style of humor. Just a really funny game. Fun to play with my kids. Definitely recommended. Very clean. If you have kids and you're watching this, you can pop this in. You don't have to worry about it. And it's one of my favorites on here. One of my favorite Lego games. Splatoon 2. Excellent third-person shooter. Don't have to say too much about it because if you're a Splatoon fan, you already know. If you're not, or you look at it and you say it looks funny and it's paintball, it's not fun. This game is a blast. One of the most friendly online communities that I've played. Partly because I don't have a headset for my Switch, so I can't hear anybody. But just a lot of fun. You hop on and try and cover the other person's territory in paint, in your color paint, and they try to do the same thing with you. And it's very frantic and just a blast to play. So I definitely recommend it if you don't know what it is. And there's a bunch of DLC coming. One of Nintendo's best new IPs. So Snipper Clips. This is a really cool game. I don't play this by myself. I play it with my wife. And fun puzzles. You can kind of see the picture. You're these little characters, and you can cover the other person and then cut out a square or make shapes so that you can either move balls somewhere, or you're just doing all these different puzzles. I apologize for not explaining it very well, but it's just different puzzles with these cute little characters, and you can have up to 4 players, and it's just a good time. And it has to do with cutting, and you can cut each other out and cut little parts and pieces out of each other's faces, I guess is what it is. So very cool. Probably one of the best puzzle games on here, and definitely a lot of fun to play with other people. Graceful Explosion Machine. Again, another game that I did a review on, so I'll post it. But really cool game, really fun. You can kind of see the graphics on the thumbnail. That is what it looks like pretty much. Old school, reminded me a lot of Defender, which is the first game I actually completely beat. Back when I was younger, you would freeze. The game would freeze. That's how you'd win. And you'd take a picture of it, and then you'd have proof that way. But this reminds me of that. You go back and forth. Enemies come from different sides. 2D. Not top-down, but 2D, actually side-scrolling shooter. Very fun, very, very cool game. Little Inferno. This is probably the biggest surprise out of all of these. I bought this on a whim. It had been recommended, and I thought, this just looks really stupid and boring. Honestly, that's what I said. But when I really gave it a chance and started playing it, and started throwing stuff in the fire, you have a furnace, and you have a bunch of toys. I got to show this to you. We got a couple minutes. I'm going to show this to you because I just love this game. I've beaten this game. I have a review up on this game. Okay. Well, then, I guess I'm not going to show you this game. My apologies, guys. Because I'm not going to do that right now. There we go. Okay. Alright, I apologize for that, guys. Apparently I had to put it into handheld mode to be able to actually even get out of it, so I do have a review on it, so I'll definitely show you the review for it, so you guys can decide if it's for you or not. But I would recommend it, wholeheartedly recommend it. One of my favorite games on here. Because it was just so much fun. You're just basically throwing stuff in the fireplace, and there's puzzles to solve. You know, they want you to do, you know, make certain things happen, and they give you little clues to what they want you to do next. And you open up this book and unlock different toys that you can throw in the fire. And actually, the story at the end just actually really surprised me because it was a lot deeper than I thought it would be. Because they're just having so much fun burning stuff. I know that sounds really bad. So that's that one. And then the last two games, Metal Slug. It's Metal Slug. I love the series. I've never played a Metal Slug I didn't like, so really enjoyed this one. I do recommend, if you have the choice, you play the ones a little bit later because they did change some things a little bit. But all of them are fun. So I actually want the whole collection again if they could put out the anthology. If you're listening to Nintendo, I would love the anthology on this system. I believe they have it on the Wii U and everything else, so make it happen. And the biggest surprise to me, Waku Waku 7. Actually, I keep saying the biggest surprise, I know. But this was a really cool fighter, is a really cool fighter. I never heard of it before. I've been playing games forever. And we're going to go ahead and just show you a little bit. And I don't remember this game. It was probably in the arcade or just on the Neo Geo way back when. So you're kind of seeing how games look from Neo Geo. Well, I don't know if you could tell on a big screen, but okay. That's right. It's this is kind of strange because you have to use the trigger to start it. Okay. So I'll show you a little bit. Some odd stuff. So pretty pixelated, but for how old this game is, you kind of expect a little bit. But really fun. Not a whole lot of characters, but the gameplay is just so fun. And you know, it just feels good. A lot of the Neo Geo fighters just feel right. I won. Perfect, of course. So there you go, guys. That is my collection. So for those who say there isn't a lot of Switch games, I'm having a blast. You know, I feel kind of bad for people who are not going to give the Switch a chance or just want to be hateful or be haters or whatever, because this is a pretty darn good amount, and most of these games are really good. There are some that aren't. There are some that are, you know, okay, or that I haven't had a chance to play. And there's a lot more games than this. This is like a, you know, I'm going to say small amount. It's a large amount, but this is a small amount compared to what they have. You know, and I have played Mario Kart. It's brilliant on this. I don't have it. That'll be probably one of my next purchases. So just in case you're wondering, it's definitely worth it, even if you have the Wii U version, because it's got all the tracks. It's gorgeous, and you can take it wherever you want. So there's a lot of games that I am looking forward to picking up at some point, but that don't have yet. And again, Kirby's coming out soon, and I'm looking forward to that one. But just a lot of great stuff. And this is their first year, guys. They've been out for 1 year. And when I went to pick it up, when I went to reserve it, I was the only one in line until about half an hour before the store opened. And then I think we had 15 people. And they had a ton of switches until people caught on that it was a great system. So it had a bit of a slow start, and then it just took off. Absolutely love it. Super, super glad I have it. And I definitely recommend, if you're looking for a great handheld console, or just one, or even if you just play in dock mode and you want a lot of great Nintendo games, you're a big Nintendo fan, this is a great system and one of my favorites. So along with the Xbox One X, and the PS4 is also kicking some butt. So anyway, but still, I'm becoming a Nintendo fanboy. You know, I've got to admit it. I've always loved Nintendo, and at this point, this is actually my favorite console. Sorry, guys. No, I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But here you go. And again, I will you know, keep checking back on this video, because I'll keep posting the reviews and Let's Plays of games that that are in this video. And this will keep growing. I've already got people telling me they're going to send me more games and things like that. So, yeah, get a big memory card. That is one of my only real complaints about the Switch is 32 gigs is not enough for all this goodness. So invest in a good SanDisk, and don't buy the ones that say Switch on them, because they charge you way too much for those. Anyway, thank you guys so very, very much. I love you guys. Going towards the 10K. I believe we can do it. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, let me know if you want to see any of these games that I have shown you today in more detail. I'm happy to do that for you. Peace out, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah.